time of your APIs and different things in the form of analytics. That is the social side of integration. How do you do that integration? And then when you are exposing web APIs, then definitely security becomes a concern because you're opening up a function which anyone can call. So at that point, depending on what your requirements are, if you are opening up your enterprise for channels where you do not know the end user, like mobile or web API or any of the other sensors related channels, you kind of need to take care of your firewall, which can be, there's an offering that we have in that space, which is called WebSphere Data Par, which is an appliance which lets you kind of do this enforcement very simply. So you could sign, verify, encrypt, decrypt with zero coding. Anything. So it's an appliance which sits in the firewall, and all the calls that come into your enterprise go through Data Par. Again, a very popular offering from IBM, but then it depends on your use case. So if it's just, it depends on how many users you have, what is the throughput that you need. Because it's an appliance form factor, if your load is very less, it might not be very economical for you to go for a Data Par. If it's a huge enterprise where the number of hits expected are large, load is more, the parsing is, transformation, parsing, scalability, all that is going to come with this appliance. And then lastly, we talk of big data. So when we say big data, we are talking of connectivity to remote sensors, meters, and so many other endpoints which we never thought of. It's an explosion of data which is out there, right? So when we see connectivity in specific, there is a whole new area of analytics on big data, which is a big thing these days. But to do that analytics, you need that data together at a place. And when we say connectivity, what we are essentially talking about is how do you get the data from these remote, devices. Devices as in you could need the data from a moving train, for instance, or from a gas pipeline. All that can be done using sensors. So the offering which lets you do this kind of work is, I've already spoken about this MQ telemetry transport, MQTT. It lets you instrument different endpoints. And it could be absolutely, and mobile is also one of them. MQTT is being used for mobile as well, along with, of course, HTTPS is there, but MQTT is another way of leveraging the mobile. So it lets you directly integrate to the device and get that data into your back office. And this protocol is extremely customized for a low bandwidth kind of a network. So if you have, for instance, the data which has to be sent from a sensor, you do not have the luxury of a high bandwidth. You have to send that in minimal bytes. If you start doing that on HTTP kind of a protocol, which is extremely verbose with a huge set of header details, you will spend or expend that bandwidth in just passing that data, which is not the real data. So MQTT takes care of packets as less as 2 bytes. And that's where the whole instrumentation of these devices can be done. They can be interconnected using the backbone that we talked about. And that is going to give you the intelligence in terms of the analytics capability, which is going to be only after you have the connectivity in place. So with that, I think I'm towards the end of my presentation. And quickly, I'll touch upon in the space of connectivity and integration, IBM is the #1 market leader. And what I have there on